This video is for a game called Diablo IV. They're currently doing a free weekend on Steam, so I thought I'd jump in and have a look. The game is made by Blizzard and uses the Battle.net launcher. So even if you were to buy this or play this on Steam, it still requires a Battle.net profile, and so you have to have a Battle.net account to be able to play the game. Okay, so first thing I'll just mention is that unfortunately this game doesn't support full screen exclusive mode. You only have windowed or a windowed full screen. What that means is that this resolution is grayed out. I cannot change it, and a friend of mine suggested that perhaps you can change this using GeForce Experience software. I've had a look and no, you can't. Unfortunately, in the GeForce Experience software, it only allows exactly the same options as what the game allows here, which means you can only pick between these two, and you cannot change the resolution. There may be some way to force this using third-party software, or possibly you could force this by changing your desktop resolution into the resolution that you want to play at before you launch the game. Unfortunately, that's something that I don't want to do. I mean, this is the whole point of why games have always usually given you the option to be able to do all this. There's only a few AAA titles that haven't allowed you to do this that I've noticed lately, this being one of them. And I think that is because of the fact that they're creating these games to be cross-platform or to be able to run on other types of systems, perhaps consoles, perhaps Linux, perhaps Macs, or even mobile devices. Because in those situations, you'll find that, from my knowledge anyway, you don't play things in a window on like a console or on a mobile device, and possibly like if you're playing it on some of the Apple devices. I mean, I guess with a Mac and a Linux system, I mean, yeah, okay, you can probably play things window there if you want. But yeah, that's just the feeling I get, is that they're putting these games onto devices that don't have a windowed mode, and so they're just thinking, well, look, if we make it so it runs in window full screen, it's going to kind of work on all the devices, and they don't need a program for individual systems and stuff like that. Which, I mean, it's a design decision by the companies and that, and it's just that's up to them what they want to do, what they choose. But from a PC gamer point of view, if I can't play games in full screen exclusive, then that's really going to disadvantage the game in my mind, because it's restricting what I can do with it. So there are a number of things that you can't do when it's running in a windowed mode. Some things are more impactful than others. VSync really only works historically. I mean, I don't know. I think there's different types of like synchronization nowadays, but like VSync is traditionally, it's always been about getting the game to run at the refresh rate of your monitor, right? So if you're running it in a proper full screen exclusive resolution, so it's locking itself to well, no, it's not locking itself. It's locking the monitor to the game, and then when you have this vertical sync enabled, it's then locking the game to the refresh rate of the monitor. You see, so if you're playing in a window, you're not actually locking the game, or like to the monitor in that fashion. So the only type of sync that you could do if you're running in a window mode would either be to limit the frame rate to a certain amount, or yeah, I mean, it's really the only way I can kind of think of, would be to do some kind of a frame rate limit. I don't know whether this game has a frame rate limit. We got this here, maximum foreground, maximum background FPS. Okay, so you could possibly bring this down to, say, 60 and turn the VSync off, which is what I've done. But the funny thing is that at the moment I can't actually see if that's working, because in the this menu here, it's reading only 35 frames a second, and that is to do with the fact that we're running in a window mode. We're not running in a full screen exclusive mode. If this was running at a full screen exclusive mode, the frame rate would be displaying to me as being my refresh rate that I have, like, for my desktop, or for the monitor, for the resolution that I'm in at the moment, which is doing my native resolution. So yeah, I just don't like the way that they've done this. It's especially coming from a AAA studio, and this is a AAA game, so there's no excuse really in my mind. You get some indie games that can do it properly, and even like one person or two people teams, they don't have a problem doing all this stuff, because I mean, this is how PC games have been for since the beginning. Well, not the beginning, but since sometimes in the period of when things moved over to Windows, and but I remember we used to use VSync way back. Yeah, pretty much from the beginning of when we were in Windows and stuff like that, especially like Windows 95 onwards. We used to use something called Power Strip, and we used to force games to run at our monitors VSync using Power Strip. So it's not, it's just something that's always been there. But the fact that you got developers now that are making games for mobile, making games for consoles, and they don't know what to do, because it's not in those realms. They don't need to worry about all this stuff. So anyway, that's just my rant on that. I just wanted to get that out there, and say we'll just discard my changes at the moment, because it was mainly the VSync, turning the VSync off and changing this, but I'm not going to change any of that at the moment, because I haven't even got into the game yet. So we're going to get into the game, see how it runs. If I need to make any adjustments, then I'll come back here and we'll make some adjustments. Here's your volume controls. We've got a lot of volume controls here, which is really good. I've been able to kind of dial in a few things. Hopefully that's where we need it. We've also got some other audio options here. I think I'm pretty much running everything at defaults at the moment. gameplay. Yeah, there's a lot of things about strobing and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of strobing, so we might have to turn some of that stuff off. Controls. I'm going to try using a controller because I used to really like the first Diablo game, and I played that. I think I probably killed a few computer mice with that game. So it got to the point where I had to stop playing it because yeah, it was just destroying mice. Really, it was because you had to click the mouse every time you wanted to do an attack. So they were like clicker games, and you were just sitting there click 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 on the mouse button, and it just couldn't bloody take that much punishment over the hours and days and weeks and months that you were playing it. So yeah, it really gave a good test to the mice, and I mean even to this day, it still seems to be something that mice have trouble with. I bought I had a Logitech mouse that I had, and I was using for a long time. I think it was some crazy long time. It was like 5 or 10 years, something like that. But in the mouse, the button would be dying on me, and then I'd have to pull the mouse apart, get the micro switch out, open that up, bend a bit of what did I put in there? Copper. I think it's copper or yeah, I think it was copper, like a very thin piece of metal, and it was kind of you had to just really carefully, just gently kind of bend it into shape. Put it all back together again, and then your mouse button would go pretty good for a while. So I did that, kept the mouse going for a number of years. But it was using lithium-ion batteries. I mean, eventually they die. I got some. I used to buy batteries uh, on online marketplaces for it, and kept it going. But yeah, eventually, the batteries would just eventually, you couldn't keep doing it. Couldn't keep getting them. So then I bought a new modern Logitech mouse. Cost a lot of money, and unfortunately, the button in that only lasted for about a year. And but they've made the mice harder to open up now. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to open it up at some point, but yeah, it's not like it used to be. I used to be able to open up the old mice pretty quick, and like it'd just be maybe 10-15 minutes, and you'd open it up, you'd do your little fixes, put it back together, and away you go. Whereas now it looks like it's probably going to take, like probably an hour. I mean, maybe half an hour if you're bloody kind of comfortable with it, but it's probably going to take me an hour to get it open and everything, because it's so different nowadays to open up. But yeah, so I'm going to try using controller with this game, and it's going to be different. I just hope that it kind of works out for me, because yeah, unfortunately I can't play games that are going to just be like this on mice. I mean, I already play some games that are really hard on the mice, and I know I shouldn't, but but yeah. So okay, let's get into it. Sorry about the long introduction speech. I'll make some time jumps that you can just jump straight past all this, and we'll get into the game. So what do I have to do? Okay, so I got to pick a character. When you first launch the game, the first time, you get this real long introductive kind of video play out, cutscene, whatever you want to call it, and it's quite good. but unfortunately I couldn't capture that because that was coming up as soon as you launch, and I mean, I hadn't even got to the menu settings, and I wanted to kind of do some settings and that before I start streaming. So unfortunately, we're not going to get that on the video, but I'm sure you can find that from other videos on YouTube. But yeah, the key thing I want to just say from the intro is that you had some people who they weren't magic users or anything. They were just kind of ordinary kind of combat kind of people with like some kind of arrows or bolts or swords, shield, axe, just pretty plain kind of combat kind of stuff, and they didn't get very far. I mean, like things kind of went a bit supernatural and stuff like that. I mean, I don't even know if magic would be able to make a difference. So I'm going to try and pick somebody who's got some kind of magic or otherworldly kind of stuff to them. So I think I'm going to probably go with the sorcerer. That could be a bad choice though, but let's go for it. Right, so we've got to pick somebody. What do we got to do? Just click A. Okay. Yeah, not much. I mean, the avatar looks pretty cool, but when I see it on the character, it kind of. I mean, we could customize, but I'm not going to. All right. Welcome to the season of blood. Yeah. What else? Heroes die permanently. No, we won't do that. Name required. Okay. Yep, that's about it. Why did it say something about level 12? I don't know. Seasonal characters move to the Eternal Realm when the season ends. Seasonal offers new content in addition to the top gameplay. Seasonal. Okay. That's a tough choice. I mean, being a new player to this game, I'd be happy just doing that, just getting the default experience. But then seasonal content could be quite interesting to kind of see some of the features in that or extras that they've added to the game post-release, especially what they're running at the moment with this current season. But I think we'll just go with the default one for now. Okay, so this can be changed from from the character select screen or from the wheelchair. So at any time. So, but this is all about difficulty. I was thinking maybe it was going to be about multiplayer connection, but recommend for players who are new to Diablo. And recommend for Diablo veterans who want more of a challenge. I think we'll just go with adventure for the moment, and yeah, we'll go with that. Want to get kind of like the new experience, you know, what it's like for someone who's coming in new, and you know, so that people who are new to the Diablo games, they can watch this video and they can kind of see, you know, is this something that they think they can kind of pick up and play and get into, you know.
It was forged as a refuge from the war between the high heavens and the burning hells. Instead, it became a new battleground in this eternal conflict. A secretive group called the Haradrim has kept mortals safe. But now this once powerful order is a husk of what it was, and Sanctuary's ancient creators have returned to claim the hearts of humankind. This is the story of their downfall.
I should find better shelter before I freeze.
Okay. So the frame rate in that video cutscene, whatever you want to call it, that was around about, I think it was doing 30 for that. And now we're in the game and it says 60. So that's pretty good. I think, is there something I can pick up here? It looked like there was, see, like there's something coming up on it just there. Containment. Ah, okay, so it's over there. Ah. I thought I was kind of standing on something. Right, let's have a look. How do you pick up? Does it just pick up automatically, or? I wonder if you can set this up like a twin-stick shooter. I'm using the left stick to run around. The right stick doesn't seem to. The right stick doesn't seem to do anything. Pressing the button A to attack, which is also the interact button. I'm not sure if I'm actually collecting anything from this stuff. Nothing's actually telling me that I'm collecting anything, but let's have a look. How do you open up inventory? Okay, it doesn't seem like I'm getting anything. So it's a bit of a waste of time.
Road's
So
blocked. Should clear up when the storm has passed.
Smashing these objects and stuff like that. Oh. Is that, what is it? Is that a dagger or is it? Okay. I thought it was like a dagger, so I was using it a bit like a dagger, but it appears it's probably some kind of a wand. We'll just try and collect as much stuff as we can find if we can. We're getting a little bit of gold now. So yeah, he can do a ranged attack. The one not as good as, not as useful as a bow and arrow or the crossbow, I would think, because with those I'm pretty sure you could probably shoot these objects instead of having to run up and give them a whack. But So I'm going to make probably a few parts because I can't kind of sit here too long. Got some things I need to do today, so I just want to kind of like get started in this first video and just kind of get things kind of set up, and then we'll come back for part 2 a bit later on. Okay. What I'm going to do, now that we're in the game, we can see what the frame rate's like. Let's try a few things out. I'm going to turn off VSync and just see if that has an impact. Okay, and then if we went to options and limit cut. Oh, look at this! Limit cutscenes to 30 FPS, and that's why I was seeing 30 FPS. So that's pretty cool. We could turn that off if we wanted, but it's no big deal. This thing here is what I wanted to find out. So if I put this down to say 60, yeah, this doesn't make any. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, we could throw that down to 6 if we wanted or whatever. It's not gonna make any difference. So let's just do that anyway. Save changes. Turn. Yeah. So you see now it's showing 60, and I'm not using VSync, which, like traditionally thinking, if you're not playing full screen exclusive, you're playing in a window, like window full screen, then traditionally this is how you would do it. So you wouldn't use VSync, you just limit the frame rate to 60, and I mean that should be good as gold. You shouldn't get screen tearing. Just try something for a moment. Yeah, I can confirm this is definitely running in a like a borderless full screen window, because I can put other programs windows on top of this one, and I can still see this one behind it. You can't do that if you were in full screen exclusive. You could not do that. If you try an alt tab or anything, it would just take you right out of the game. So yeah, that's telling me that definitely is running as a borderless window. Yeah, this game, it does tend to feel a bit different if we do it. Let's try something else. Let's go 62 there, and we'll do something like that and see how that feels. I mean, that feels like, it just looks visually, it looks a little bit smoother to me. And what that is basically doing is I am using this thing here, which is supposedly trying to lock it to the frame rate. And then down here I've gone 62, which just gives me a couple of frames for buffering. Because you don't need to render more than that. If you're locking the frame rate to your VSync, and your VSync is say 60 in my case, then there's no point rendering any, like, too much more than 60, because it's just pointless. I mean, if the game tried to do that, if the game was trying to render at 150 frames, and I'm only actually, like visually using 60 of them, then
Another
I mean, that's
abandoned town.
That's
Demons.
just putting extra
Everywhere.
strain on the,
Fangs in the dark.
like the CPU and the GPU.
He bit me.
Mainly the CPU than what's
Careful!
necessary, you know.
He's a wild one.
So it's just no point.
I cannot do that here.
Oswin. Is there anyone we can talk to? What's going on here?
What's it to you?
Oswin, hush! I'm sorry, Wanderer. You've come at a difficult time. This madman just stumbled into town and started causing trouble.
Demons spilling from the ruins. Kill us all. Kill us all.
Ruins? What is he talking about?
Come, I'll explain. There is evil staring in the ruins to the north. That poor monk back there must have gone inside. Even a holy man like him was driven mad by whatever he saw.
Fire's looking good, but I should watch it a little longer to make sure it doesn't go out.
Nothing special about our little town, but it's home. We'll do what we can for him. Might have to keep him in the shed for now, though. He tried to bite off Osman's fingers. I'm sorry, it's a bit cramped.
It's still better than a cave.
Alenta went a bit deaf last winter. You might need to speak up around her. Could you protect us from whatever is out there? We have nowhere else to turn.
There is evil lurking in those ruins. I will drag it into the light of day.
Truly? Oh, thank you.
A warm hearth. There are still things to be grateful for in this world.
Okay, so we do abilities. Right, so we've got yeah, I like some kind of a chain lightning, something like that. So possibly could do that. This one here, 4 times 3, 12. Eleven. Yeah. Well, they're all very kind of low level, aren't they? Low damage. which would be the most useful? Wow, that's a toughie. This one here is the one that kind of deals with more than one enemy at a time. It's really the only benefit of it. Otherwise, you know, possibly this one, or maybe this one. Spark's not too bad either. It could be quite quick fire, hopefully, which would be quite good, but we're going to go with Arc Lash for the moment. So, alright, that's that. What else do we do here? Anything else? Do I have to assign it? Assign. Yeah, I think we've only got the one, haven't we? There, there, Arc Flash. Yeah, it's already there, so that's, I think it's already there. Let's make sure. That must be there, I guess. Right, let's talk to some.
Let me help you out.
Alright, that's quite cool. He's a
If
healer.
Devmir's taking up all the space by the fire, just give him a shove.
What's that? You say something? Oh, you poor thing. Traveling in this awful weather. Gotta protect yourself out there.
Okay. Right, so we could get that, but how does that compare to what we have at the moment? $18 damage a second, 18 per hit, 120 attacks per second, very fast. Okay.
Brought these down from Kiovashad.
Right. There's no real benefit. I think they're pretty much the same. This one is only slightly better, but we don't have the money for that. This one's quite a bit more damaging. Tiny bit slower. But yeah, that would be quite nice to have. 300... Yeah, 309 gold.
The woods around
What's that
here
other
are
thing about
dangerous.
the new stock delivery? Ah, I see. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, we've got a trader and we've got a healer in there. We'll have a look up this way. Oh, okay, it's going out of the town and can we have a look at the world map or get more of an overview? Okay, so if we go up here, there is this line here. I don't know if that means we can't cross it or whatever, but if we can't cross the line, then it would mean that we could kind of probably do that and then come back down. We could go down here and look in here. I think I'll do that. Because this area here looks like it's quite big, doesn't it? So we don't want to go that way just yet. We just want to go do some little area and then come back and cash in what we find, etc. Can't go that way. Container. Yeah, he's definitely a little more powerful now since we've got that arc. Was it lightning arc or something like that? So yeah, feeling a little bit better to use in combat now. Although you can see, I got a feeling that it's affected his range attack. You got to get close. It just feels like I got to get closer now. But you know that's all right. Not much difference. We can access that building. Yeah, I think there's nothing else down here, so we're finished with that area. Can't go into this building either. So let's just have a look at our coin. Right, where's the coin now? 260, okay, not quite enough yet. So we'll go north, I think, into the Ice Skull Ruins. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into the ruins just yet. I might want to pick up that other weapon off the trader first. I mean, these wolves, it looks like he can handle the wolves alright. So I think we're probably going to get more than just wolves once we enter the ruins. So I just need $20 more coins. Hopefully we'll find 12, a little bit more. Hand wrap. Picked up a new item, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to equip because I don't believe I have any equipped at the moment. Hey, look at that. I didn't know I had that. Relic skull. Oh, I didn't know I had that. So how do you know which weapon he's going to use? See, that's not using it, is it? Or is it? Hard to tell. He mostly uses his right arm, but then sometimes you do see his left arm. Oh, look at that bear. A lot of fun. Find a few more coins if I can. Right. So there we go, we've got the coin. So let's get back and grab that other weapon before the trader changes his inventory in case he doesn't get a weapon that's
These will
good as
keep you
that.
safe.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we short? Oh no, I'm still short for 4 gold. spear might brush me. There we go.
Rather protect yourself out there.
Okay, so we could do a compare. So that's the comparison. I think it's worth it. So equip. Oh, it actually took out both hands. So that means we would have had 18 and 19 would have been about the same. Cooldown reduction. Unlocked new look on salvage. What does that mean? Yeah, so we've gone from having two weapons, one in each hand, to a two-handed weapon instead.
Not while I'm in town.
He won't let me do an attack while we're in town. So it's a tiny bit slower. Damage-wise, it's round about the same, but this one has got a crowd control bonus, which I think will come in quite handy. Ooh. Yeah, it definitely feels a bit different pushing the gamepad button in comparison to doing a mouse click. Mouse click just feels more kind of like responsive or whatever. Gamepad buttons are quite spongy and just feel a bit sluggish in comparison. So I imagine that is some kind of a health potion or something, and I can't pick them up. Actually, no, that can't be true, because I think I am a tiny bit damaged. Maybe I've got too many or something. Doesn't appear to be the case. So I'm not sure why what I was supposed to do with those, because it wouldn't let me pick them up. So that's where we're going, as far as I know, although what's up here? So here's another one. I mean, I would guess that that's a some kind of a health potion, but I don't know why. For some reason, it won't let me pick it up. Right, so we've got a hand wrap here. If we compare what we're doing, so we've got, looks like exactly the same. Unlock new look on salvage. I don't quite get it. I mean, if you salvage something, it's usually kind of like destroying the item and breaking it into parts or something like that, raw materials. But unlock new look, I mean, that's kind of like saying, well, you can change the cosmetic of the item, but then there's no button here that says salvage, so okay. So this is a slightly better wand than our old wand. Yeah. So then you have to start thinking to yourself, well, do I want to go back to using, like 2 weapons instead of 1 2-handed weapon? But yeah, not yet. Maybe if we get some kind of a special, weapon with special features or something, maybe I might. But I think I'm happy with this one here. Yeah, you don't need to push a button to pick up usually. Sometimes you do, but usually just walking over the thing picks it up. Stuff like the coins anyway. Yeah, so I mean, this is where we'd be going. Do I want to just jump down? I guess so. We don't have too much coin, do we? 86. So there's not too much point going back to the trader. I mean, yeah, I could sell some of that stuff, but it all depends on when he's going to get new stock as well, which will probably be, at a guess, I would say probably about 15 to 20 minutes by the time we got there, so it's probably too early for that. So this is the way back out. I'm not going to go there. So we're going to go through here. I mean, it looks like we can destroy this if we want to. In the old days, you used to just kind of destroy and open everything, and you used to get heaps of loot. This one here doesn't seem like it's that important, so you don't have to do it. The only reason I'm kind of doing it is basically just to make it so I can move around quite freely. If we get into a combat situation, things get a bit hectic. You don't want to be kind of like trying to run and you get stuck like this on something there. So if I destroy it, then we can just run around quite easily. But I've got a feeling that this stuff respawns when you kind of move further enough away from it, or farther enough away from it, however you want to say it. But so if that's the case, then it makes it even more kind of useless. I'd say there's probably some kind of a dodge or roll. I don't think the game's told me how to do that yet, but my guess would be B.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, so you can do a dash, but it's got some wicked cooldown timer on it. Okay, there you go. 5 seconds. You've got a dash, but it's got a 5-second cooldown. I guess that means you can't just dodge spam, but do we pick up anything good? Doesn't look like it. We do have an upgrade. Okay. So I could upgrade this further. It's kind of like a 50% upgrade, I think, going from 10 to... Was it 10? Or may not have been 10. Let's see what happens. Rank up. Okay, it wasn't a 50%. It was like a little bit more than a 10% upgrade. But I mean, you'd expect that, since it's got 5 stages to upgrading. Alright, come and get me. Okay, these ones are a little bit tougher. Can't just one hit them. I probably could if I flicked over to the wand. I think it would be just enough damage with the one of these skull things in the other hand. Yeah, so I just don't know what are these things here all about, because I don't really look damaged at the moment, but earlier I thought I had a little bit of damage and you wouldn't pick them up, so I don't know. Just a moment. Alright, so I have to hop out for a while. So let's kind of figure out where we are. So we've got 2 doors here. Even though by looking at the map it looks like they go to the same room. I'm going to try and either save it or
Greetings, traveler. Behold the marvelous tales I have to offer.
okay. I'm going to hopefully it will save. Hopefully it will save here, and I'll pick up from here in a part 2 video. So at the moment it doesn't feel too bad. It's yeah, I'm keen to see where this goes. So thanks for watching, and yeah, if you want to try this out for yourself, head over to the Steam store page. They're doing a free weekend at the moment. So you can download and play the game yourself and see what you think. It takes about, I think it was about a 65 gigabyte download, unless that's how much hard drive space it takes. It's one or the other. So as long as you've got that kind of room, then yeah, by all means, give it a go. probably about maybe 2 or 3 days left. So plenty of time just to try it out and get an idea of, whether this is a game for you or not. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.